congratulations on this film.
Thank you so much.
It's a really visceral, really raw experience. Was that the same for you when you managed to see it for the first time?
When I saw it for the first time, or the process?
Both.
Well, the process was definitely visceral. It was like very much blood, sweat and tears that we put into it. Our pre-production was very intense. It was pretty much whole days of just us being together, acting out scenes and doing different things to make us become like a group. And yeah, it was intense. We became very close through it though.
Yeah,
so
I
it was great.
was just speaking to George and some of the other guys, and they were saying that they left a little bit themselves in Australia. Did you feel that as well, that you'd given a lot and probably left a little bit over there?
Yeah, well, I live in Australia, but
okay.
Yeah, I definitely left a bit in those lands.
Yeah,
the desert lands. Yeah.
This is a story that we've heard before, but this one's a bit of a reinvention, a bit of a different slate. Did you know much about this beforehand? Ned Kelly's story, is he kind of imbued into your Australian history, if you like?
Definitely. He's always been like the outlaw, and the kind of the off-kilter Australians. Not even off-kilter Australians, but he's the symbol for off-kilter Australians. And some people think he's a true Australian, and some people think he's not. So he's very like. Yeah, it's definitely imbued into my being as an Australian. Yeah. Do
you think the film does a good job of telling his story, even though it's slightly different to the context of history? Because his history is kind of a bit of a grey area, and that there's some stuff that's true, sometimes that's not. Do you think the film does a good job of telling his story in the best way possible?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it. I think the mix between fiction and non-fiction is very interesting, because, as a lot of people say, non-fiction is always a bit fictionalized in everyone's recounts of the story. Everything's different, and I think it plays with that to like an extreme level. So I think that's interesting. Yeah.
And finally, what do you hope British audiences take from it? Because the history over here is not as well known, but you hopefully that they learn a little something, or they just have a good time at the cinema.
Yeah, they learn a little something. Maybe they read the book. It's a great book by Peter Carey, of the same name. Yeah.
So, well, listen, thanks so much for stopping. Pleasure talking to you. Cheers, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey!